Hi all, welcome back. So I know that all of you are done with the registrations, but a few of you still not registered for the program. So I'm sharing the registration link once again in the chat box. So please go and register for the same. No need to registration, no need to do a registration once again. Huh? If you're really not done with the registration, then only do a registration, or else not required. Yeah, Deepsa, you can start with this.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Amar. Good evening and welcome back. First things first, am I audible? Can I get a quick hands up? Yes. Right. Great. Okay. Thanks. So what we will do, guys, I do see quite a few people still joining. I will take a question answer session from you for the next 5 minutes. So you can type in your questions and ask me, and I will try to answer them. Yeah, let's get started on that very positive note. Let's get started with all energy and let's have a very good session. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. You can ask your questions. I will try to answer your questions. Before that, would like to understand. Good evening, Pavitra, Aveda. Okay. So what I would like to understand, do you still have a problem with downloading the executable and installing it? Anybody still got a problem with installing Python? Anybody not able to? Okay, good. People who were saying that you are working on mobile, did you try Colab by any chance? Yeah. Anybody who's working on mobile and you're accessing using Google Colab, did you try it? Okay, Ajit, yeah. Yeah, Ajit, you can tell me what is the problem you are facing? Okay, Pavitra, so what you can do is, did you copy that link yesterday showed you on Google Colab? Did you try accessing Google Colab using your mobile phone? Can you do that? Yeah, please try it. Google Colab and see if you can program from using your mobile. Will be a bit tough for sure, but give it a try. Aradhya, how to print the string using Python print function? He said, how are you? Okay, Aradhya, we will come to all those things. Set up a successful to start. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so setup was successful. Ajit, what it says is that it's downloaded properly. Now you can try accessing the IDLE. Okay, can share, you try using that IDLE. Ishika, can you share that YouTube video link? Okay, Ishika, please remind me towards the end of the session. I will tell you. Sanjuna, where to code, sir? Why, Sanjuna, I showed yesterday how to download IDLE and how to start coding, or you can use Google Colab, or if you use any of the other IDs like PyCharm, Visual C, that's also fine with me. Dheeraj, yeah, please remind me. I will try sharing that link again towards the end of the class. So just stay back. IDLE, no, see, Rajesh, these are all IDs at the end of the day. Anaconda, by the way, is a distribution. Distribution means it's like a shop wherein you get a lot of tools for working with entire data science stack. Console. Console means it's just the place from where you can start up your Python. Like suppose if I open up Windows PowerShell, that's a console from which I can start up Python. Okay. Ajit, I had a look at your picture. It says that setup with successful. I'm not sure what is the problem over here. If you can write down the problem. So there, no, so you can actually open up IDLE as I showed yesterday. Try to print statement. Okay, Darshana, where did you try it? So let me show you how I can use Python from my console, not IDLE. Show you. Let me share my screen. Okay. So here is my Windows PowerShell. If I do Python over here, it says Python 3.10.9. Got it? So you can also use Python from Windows PowerShell or your plain CMD prompt, the black prompt. Those of you who are on Windows, those of you who are on Linux, say Ubuntu or anything, you can run it from your Unix shell. Yeah, a link to download. Yeah, the link to download, again, I will share it with you. Okay, sure, why not? Shakur, today's agenda is we will start with the data types. We will first understand, that's a good question actually. We will first understand what is the meaning of object-oriented programming. Because Python is a complete object-oriented programming, first class everything. Ajit, for you, this is the link, my friend. If you are able to follow me, what I'm doing, you can go here, python.org/downloads. And over here, you can go and download the latest version 3.11. I'm pasting the link again for those who are probably joining for the first time. Yeah, Nishan, that's okay. Absolutely okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Aditya, that is fine. 3.11.2, that is okay. What link you want to share, Sanjana? Zoom link? With whom you want to share? Amar, there are a few questions coming. People are asking if they can share the Zoom link with their friends. So I will request you to please handle this question. Yeah, good evening, Sitash. Amar, you there? Let Amar sir answer that.
Yes,
In the
Deepam.
meanwhile- Yeah. Can you hear? There
Yes,
are
yes.
people asking whether they can share the link with their friends. Can you please answer?
Okay,
that?
I'm sharing.
Yeah, Mahita, I will try to be a little louder. Okay, good. Guys, on that note, let us start today's topics. Yeah, Ayush, one last question you can ask. There's just a minute, 60 seconds more. If you have a question, you can please ask me. Yeah, Ayush, as I said, you can try the Google Colab and see if you can work it out, because Python, the normal versions, I'm not sure whether you have anything for Android phone. At least I haven't seen anything. Okay. Okay, so let us start. Okay, quickly, how many of you here, you have heard the term classes and objects? Drop in a yes or no for me. Yes, 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 yes. No, no. Okay. Overwhelmingly, yes. Okay. Good, 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 good. I get it. You have an idea of classes and objects, so that makes life easier for me. Now, let me tell you an example. Hear me out, guys. Just stop typing anything. Hear me out. Suppose you are an architect. You are into building. You are into making blueprints, designing buildings, high rises. Okay? So, can you give me an example here? The drawing that you make of the building, what would it be? Would it be a class or an object? Yeah, Vijay, that's fine. That's correct. But tell me in this particular instance, okay, class, Amruta says object, Pallati, no object, not object. Think, guys. I have said of the design. Yeah, good. Class, the design is the class because it's a blueprint, as Vijay rightly said, and some of you have been saying. Yes, the class is basically an abstract concept. Okay. Now, from that class, can you tell me what will be the object built out of this design? Yeah, Tushar, Umay, that's correct. But let's think of it at a very normal, practical, everyday life. Yeah. So Aditya says design is class and building is object. Good, Aditya. Anybody has any other answer? No, Pavitra. Design is the class. What is the object that you can build out of this class? Right. Rooms. Actually, yeah, the building, right? The hard building which you can see, touch, feel, and stay. Correct, Siddharth. Building is the object. Good. Right. So now, can each one of you just quickly drop in a liner saying your example of a class and an object? Okay. Don't take the building again. Don't take the example of the building. No, not inheritance and all. Don't go into all those right now. Food is class, mango is object. Okay, good. Class animals, objects, dog, cat, good, very good. Class animal, object, cat, right? Code is class, output is object. Okay, that's an interesting example given by Farooq. Good, Farooq. That's a new example. Class car, Vashish says class car. Vashish, what is the object then? Okay, Kamakshi says car may be a class with different brands of cars as its object code. Ketki, right. No, Ketki, object is not exactly a rectangle. Unless and until you draw that rectangle can still be a class. Amruta says cookie cutter class, cookies, object, Amrita, bit of one. Nishant, milk class, object, butter, ice cream, good, yes, good. Ishika, raw material is class, whereas good. Ashish says class car object specific. Okay, good. Rohana says class car object will be BMW Tesla. Very good. Rohana has her eyes set on very good stuff. No, Aditya. Car is object is fine, and this passengers are class. No. See, the car is the class, and the particular model of car is an object. The real car. Okay. Good. Yeah, Nagamani, correct. Xenia says class ID object VS Code. Very good. Very good. Lovely. Class is coding, Mahima, object is equals very okay, I will give you that, Mahima. Chal. Ayush says, can you explain class object? I will. Don't worry, I haven't gone into the details of it right. Anita, you need to go through the recordings. Sample of classes. Car object is Jaguar, very good. Objects and instance of class. Good. Right, Digvijay class skeleton. No, Digvijay skeleton is also an object that way. Maybe the DNA will be a class. Think through it. Right. Good, guys. Let me now try to give you a more detailed look at classes and objects. Now, let me take the example of the car that most of you gave, that a car is a class. And what is an object? The various models of car, right? Now, with each class that I draw, I also have in mind, as a car designer, I will have in mind certain properties, right? So these properties are called attributes. Can each one of you take a minute, think and tell me what can be the attributes of a class object and the subsequent attributes of the car class and subsequent attributes of the car object? Yeah. Take a minute. Okay, Aditya, what I said is that now we discuss what is class, what is object. I told you that with every class, there are certain attributes, correct? Or properties that this class, as a designer, I probably have in mind when I draw a card. Now, what do you think can be the attributes of this car class? Okay, tires, 4 wheels, number of seats, windows, correct? Color of car, mileage, okay, speed, color, length of car, good, yes, seats, right? Number plates, car parts, okay, good, I will give you that, Sahil. Zainab, color, model as good, Zainab. Roshni says size, okay, good, Roshni. Rupali says weight, yeah, why not? Steering and accessories, yeah. Shanti, that is a good point. So with that comes another thing called as a method of a class. So I will quickly come to that now. Yes, Aditya, engine would be an attribute to, absolutely. Yeah, Digvijay, engine power or engine, absolutely. Pavitra, string model, I didn't get you. Okay, Sanjuna, music there. Good. Right, guys. Very good. All of you. Excellent. A clap for all of you for being interactive, for thinking out. Now, let me tell you. Now that I've drawn the card, defined its attributes, now I also need to define its functionalities, right? These functionalities of a class are known as its methods. So in this particular example of the class, can you think and tell me what would be the method associated with the card class? Remember, method means a functionality that will come with the part of the design. Driving, speed, yes. Gears is for speed, absolutely. Braking, good, Mahima. Automatic windows, yeah, why not? Key, yeah, gears, accelerator, matrix, Xenia, AC, right? My safety, comforts, saying also. Nikita, that, yeah, actually you can say, but that is more abstract. Samiksha, mileage is an attribute, my dear. Steering, yeah, steering, correct, Roshni. The art of navigation, the functionality of navigation is implemented by steering. Right, airbags. Okay, that is a safety feature. Let me say a safety functionality. Bilal, horsepower. No, Bilal, that's an attribute. Okay. Petrol, Kanishka attribute. Yeah, Nagendra, good evening. Okay, so we see now broadly there are two things coming in. With every class that we have, we get some properties and some functionalities. Now, see, friends, why I'm telling you all these. You see how closely it is related to a real world. So programming is an extension of the real world. So the reason Guido came up with this concept of first class everything in Python is that everything is made to replicate the way a real world object will work. Okay, so now I will show you a actual class and object representation. Now look at my screen very carefully. So A equals to 10. Tell me what is this? What am I doing? A equals to 10. What am I doing? assigning value to A. Shanti, don't worry. Understand the basics now. There's an entire section for us to cover on classes and objects. Okay. A equals to 10. Now see, dears, what is the difference between this and C++? In C++, this would have been a integer variable only. But in Python, this A is not just an integer variable. It is an integer object. So if I use a function called type A, it tells me, see, it returns as class int. That means what it is telling me, this is an object or an implementation of an int class, a real world example of an integer class. See, 10 is an integer, right? So by definition, an integer is something which is a whole number. It doesn't have any decimal points. So you see, this is an integer object. Okay. In your mind, think through it. When I say integer, you get a blueprint. In your mind floats. If you close your eyes and think, it floats of a whole number. Now Python does just that. The moment I said A equals to 10, Python looked at it and said, look, this person is telling me to create a integer object from the integer class. So the class was integer int and the object is A, whose value or attribute here is 10. Got it? Yes, right. Correction. The object which contains a data type of int, not data type, an object, a class type. Yeah. Okay, so quickly, can you please check this out for me? A is what? Repeat for me, write it down. What is A here in terms of Python? Quickly write it down for me, please. Object of type, not no Srilata, not variable. Object of what class? Class int. Good. It's an integer object, right? Good. Yes, right. Okay, good. So you've got this idea. Now tell me, what is this? You need to tell me what is this. What is this? B is an object of class string. Very good. Very good. Right. Not just string. Object of class string. Now, do you see the beauty of this? I didn't actually have to make a class and object definition over here. All that I did is I told B equals to within single quotes hello world, and Python automatically correlated this, seeing these quotes to a string object, string class, and it created a string object. You see, this is why Python is so powerful. I didn't actually have to create a class like this, class, string, or something. It automatically understood and created an object for me. Okay. So I need you to work out these two examples and examine the type of them. Type A, type B. Now you will type it out on your own and check this. And also you need to create a floating point object and verify it by using the type function. Did you get my A? Yes, dynamic language. Correct, Rahul. Neha says, sir, you are not audible. Is that the same feedback from all of you that I'm not audible? Audible. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Voice is breaking. I think the voice is pretty stable now. Maybe from your side, just quickly check it. Voice is low. Stable. Okay. So I think most of you are saying it is okay. It is good. So those of you are having problem, maybe there's a network issue at your end. Please recheck. Come closer to your routers, maybe. Okay. Chalo, get going. Akansha, A is a class variable from the examples. Class and variable. No, Akansha, here we are doing away with the concept of variable right now. Variable as we typically understand it. Okay, Rajesh, just hold on that. We will understand that when we go to strings. Aisha, I'm already shouting. How much high will I do my volume? I'm shouting. Okay. Right. Chalo, get going. Please type it out for me and then create a floating class object. Okay, chalo. And share with me the output. Type C. You have to share the output of type C. Please explain. Ishika, what last step once again? This one, this type is a function which when we pass an object, it tells what class of object it is. So type is a function. Okay, good. Aditya, Shanti, yes, good. Right, Sanjay, good, very good. No, Maitreyi, you don't have to define like that, float F. Good, Syed. Syed, show me the output by using type. Is equals to 0.1, C is class 0.1. Now, Pallati, show me the output with type using the type function. Okay. Be careful, type is all small, not capital T. Sankirtana, what I said is declare, as I've shown you by declaring a integer and string class. I want you to create a floating point object, then use the type function to understand that it's a object of class float. That's my plain and simple question to you. Come on, get going, get going. Good, good, very good. Class float, right, Srilata? What is A and B? A and B, Vishal, these are all objects of type integer and type string. Sanjana, what I'm asking is please create a floating point object as I have shown you by creating an integer type object and a string type object. Please create for me a floating type object. Right. No, Shanti. Although in this case, actually Python automatically creates a class, classes are defined. So you don't see a class being created. Right, good guys. Fantastic. Now let us move on. Let's take the discussion further. So now one more question for you. What then is a data type? And what are the common data types that we work with in our day-to-day life? Forget programming. What is the data type? And what are the data types we work with in our day-to-day lives? Quick answers. Fastest finger first. Complex, integer character, string, float string. Okay, but what is the data type? You're not writing, guys. What is the data type? String, boolean, good. Data type is which kind of data, value storing and variable. Okay, right. The type of data, good. It's an attribute associated with the piece of data, good. Good, very good. Yes, right, you are. Bingo. Guys are champs. So I understand some of you are faculty here. Sirs and madams, please don't mind all this, mainly for the college students. We need to think also from their level. So apologies if I'm calling you by your names and all. Yeah. Okay, right. Now, so what we will now understand is another concept called as identifier. So till now we have understood the concept of classes and objects. We have understood the concept of data types. Now I will tell you what is an identifier. Now suppose, let me take a name from all of you who are typing. Say, okay, say Harsh or Mahita or Srilata or Farooq. What are these types of names? When I call somebody as say Farooq, what am I doing? If I say Farooq, please come here. No. Don't, okay. Don't tell me string and all. Calling specifically. Good. Not orders, requesting. Yeah. Please come here. Okay. So what am I doing? I am identifying a particular person, say a particular object of human class by a particular name. Okay. So this is called as an identifier. See, the car class, when I create a car object out of it, there are particular objects, say Ritz or BMW or Tesla or Swift. When, if suppose I actually name my car and call it these Tesla cars, you can actually call them by voice. I was seeing a friend demonstrating it. So he calls his car, hey, come here with some name. See, he's identifying by that name, and that car is responding to that voice command. So an identifier here in the examples that I've given is A is an identifier, B is an identifier. Okay. So now we come to the concept of identifiers and naming conventions. Yeah. So these are the rules of grammar that you will have to remember. Python actually, by the way, that way has very few rules. It's more like an outlaw. Doesn't believe much in rules and all. But there are a few rules which we need to be conversant with, which we need to memorize and keep in mind. Otherwise, your code will break. What are the new rules? The variable or the object length, name length can be anything. You don't have a restriction. Rule 1. Rule 2. An identifier starts with a letter capital A to capital C or small a to small z or an underscore. It can be followed by 0 or more letters, alphanumeric, underscores. Yeah. No other special characters are allowed. Nothing like dollar, hash, at the rate of, etc., etc. Nothing is allowed. Okay. Identifier names are case sensitive, and Python doesn't allow spaces within an identifier. Now, to show you all that this naming convention was trying to convey is that I can name my identifier as a ship with the name Titanic. It works, but I can't name something. So I get a syntax errors. You see this red line coming here? This is called as an exception. And actually, when you write longer codes in Python, you will see that this is the first thing that comes to you, syntax error, because the entire code is scanned, compiled, and then the Python bytecode is generated. So syntax errors are the first level checks that are done by Python. Okay, so I get a syntax error here. This also will not work. Ship at the rate of new Titanic. I get a syntax error again because no special characters are allowed. At the rate of is a special character, so also is hash, dollar, pound, whatever. Okay, spaces are not allowed. Space is also a special character. So this will fail. Okay. Identifier names are case sensitive. Now, This is something I will come to it when I start with the numeric data types. I will explain to you. Hold your horses for the moment. Okay, so till now we said what are the do's and don'ts. Next comes a set of good practices or best practices. What are the best practices? The class name should start with an uppercase letter. All other identifiers start with a lowercase letter. I'm reading out these rules for you, these good to do's for you. Then I will show you what I mean. Starting an identifier with a single leading underscore indicates that the identifier is private. Starting an identifier with two leading underscores indicates it's a strongly private identifier. If the identifier starts with two leading underscores and ends with two leading underscores, then it is a language defined special name. Might be a bit of jingo for some of you. These are related to classes and objects again. More of it as we go into the details, but let me show you what I mean. So a class, I can actually have a, what you saw till now, this A equals to 10, B equals to hello world, these are all Python defined classes, in intrinsic classes that come built with Python. You can also create your own class. So suppose I want to create a class named Shark. So I can define like this class Shark, let me say, or the moment pass. So you see here, this name starts with a capital S. What would have happened if I had started with a small s? It would have been perfectly fine. But then it would have not been actually when you do a code review, that time as a reviewer, you will understand the difference, what it makes when a class is defined with under big letters or small letters. Okay. All other identifiers, it's always good to start with a small letter. Suppose if you are a code reviewer and I'm saying a variable equals to 10, then as a reviewer, you will get irritated. See, these are all human psychologies. If you write somebody a line with caps lock on, it looks as if you're being aggressive. Same logic has come in here. It's not a good practice because at the end of the day, somebody is going to review your code, maybe from the solutions architect team or from the testing team. So for the ease of reviewer, you need to always think that the reviewer shouldn't have any problem. This is a industry standard. Remember this. Next, what did I say? Okay, anything which starts with a underscore A, 10 is a private variable. Anything starting with two underscores is a strongly private variable. Anything starting with two leading underscores, two trailing underscores is a system defined variable. That is why you should never use it like this, although you can, but it is not a good practice to use. What is a system defined using variable? I will come to it later. Okay. Private, what it means? Zenia, I will tell you, Siddharsh, it's still an object. A is still an object. But you're identifying the object with a name. I'm saying A is an object of name A. Right. Next. Reserved keywords. It's a very common concept in all programming languages. Those of you who have worked with any sort of programming language before, you understand there are certain words, we call it as keywords, which implement some functionality and which are used only by the language. You cannot use them to define your identifier. For example, the names you see here in green, these are all reserved keywords. And if I try using them to define an identifier of mine, say false equals to 20, I will get a syntax error. Because false is a reserved keyword and it can be used only by the language itself. Now let me see how many of you can Is my voice breaking? Again, Rupali says voice is breaking. Is there an interruption? Fine. Thank you for confirming. Okay, so let me see how many of you can tell me what is this false and what is this true. Let me see your understanding of these two keywords. Quickly type out your answers for me, please. Okay, Amar, yeah, I will increase the font size. Boolean 0, Boolean 1. Yes, right. 0 and 1. Correct. So these are Boolean values, true or false. Amar, is this better?
Yes, actually, for YouTube people, they are not able to see properly. Na? That's
Okay, please ask them if it is proper.
yes.
Right, Maheta? That's correct. Good. So true and false. False. More of these letters as we take up the data types. Okay. So these are reserved keywords. We will cover each of these in details as we move on. You cannot use reserved keywords. That's another rule that we understood, right? Next comes the concept of comments. Now I am going to tell you something very important. Please remember this and apply it all throughout your programming career. Whenever you write a piece of code, please, for heaven's sake, define the code properly. Have proper documentation so that people understand what your code is all about. Otherwise, 6 months later, you yourself won't be able to understand what your code is doing. I will give you an example from my real life career. So when I started my career in programming, the code that I had taken up from somebody in my office, that code didn't have much comments or proper documents, design documents, user manuals. And the person who had developed that software had left within a week or 10 days of giving me a handover. It took me so much time to understand what the code used to do, to run it, to debug it, and to test it. And actually, later on, in one of the companies that I was working with, it was a British company, the reviewer who was the designer or the architect, they would reject our codes if it didn't have proper comments or design documents clearly done. So it is very common. Just don't think that it is okay for me to just code along. No, a code without good comments or without a proper design document is not a good code. Please imprint these words of mine in your mind. Okay, I will show you how a code is to be written, actually how we write it in the industry. These are all industry experience, guys. I'm sharing with you my experience. You see, this is a big piece of code. You see, everywhere when I'm writing something, I'm actually saying what the code is doing, what this chunk of code is doing. I'm commenting here. You see, all these green lines split across multiple lines. These are all my code comments. It's telling what this chunk of my code is doing. Why? Because 6 months down the line or even 3 months down the line, I myself should be able to understand. Once I've gone from my work, somebody else takes it up. That person should be able to understand. So commenting is very important. Now, how do we comment in Python? So if before a line you put a hash, the Python interpreter understands it as a single line comment and executes it as such. This is a comment. If you put 3 quotes, then it becomes a multi-line comment as follows. This is a comment across multiple lines. Okay. So very important. Please keep in mind, commenting. A code without a comment is like a car without an engine. Now, one last concept here in the grammar and syntax. but one of the most important concepts of Python is known as indentation, code indentation. Those of you who have worked with C, C++, or even Java, you understand that the of concept of bracketing, right? What is bracket? What are brackets used for? What are brackets used for, guys? Good, Shani, to define a particular code block. Good. Block of code, correct. Not only the main code, Harsh, but even sub blocks of code, if-else statements, while loops, for loops, right? Curly braces, correct, Roshni? Yes. Right, Kate, good. Here in Python, we don't have this block of code, this curly braces concept. One reason behind it is to make life simple for the programmer. Again, a real life example. Suppose you have a 10,000 line of C code. You have written all the 10,000 lines, and somewhere you have missed out one bracket to put in one bracket. And then you try to compile that code. Your code bursts. Your code doesn't compile. And you go on searching like needle in a haystack to find out where a curly braces has been opened but not closed, or closed and not open. To do away with that complexity, Python came up with this concept of indentation as a method of sub-blocking. If you see my code here, it is saying that it is declaring a identifier. I will say colloquially now, I will take the term variable to make it easy. Okay, so please don't tell me why are you saying variable now, because just to make life easy for us. Back to the colloquial word. So I have written a if-else block of code. If so and so greater than 10, then when I gave a colon, and if I do an enter, look at this, friends. See, do you see the cursor blinking with the indented line? The indented space, indented space. So this means it's a new block of code. Once this block of code is done, the next, see, I backspace and bring to the same level of if, and this else block is there. Okay. Now, if this indentation goofs up, what happens? Do you want to see? So what I will do, what I will request you to do is go to those of you who are using ideally like me, please from your shell, the main shell, create a new file. Type out as I've done here, just type out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Type out these 5 lines for me. And then what you can do is like me, go over here, come to this ribbon at the top, the run module. So like me, you will get a syntax error saying expected an indented block after this statement on line 1. Please do that quickly for me. Yeah, correct, Saima. It's a script mode. Script mode, right? Yeah. Come on. Now to again indent it, I use the tab, or I will show you what we can do. But I want you to type out this program quickly and run it as I've done. Then remove the indentation and see what happens. Then again try indenting it. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Please start typing right now. Roshni, we will come to that. It's known as libraries, which we import. So yeah, we will come. Sai, I'm saying that please type out this code, go to the script mode from the shell mode. Those of you who are not understanding what I'm saying, in the shell, ideally shell, or if you are using a VC++, you have a file option. File, new file, type out your code. Those of you who are using Jupyter or Google Colab, and those block liners, please type out the code. Right, Nishant? Yes, good. Yashashvi. If you remove the indentation, you get an error. How many of you are getting it? Yeah. Show the code again. Sure. Here's the code, my friends. Guys, no raising your hands. Please only in the chat, DM. Kindly DM. Sabina, we will come to that later. Leave it now. Yeah. Good, she got indentation error. Ayush, have you seen the code now? Is it okay? Right, Roshni? Asad, very good. Asad says I'm doing very good. Indentation error, right. Now I will show you one more situation. Okay, now look at this else. Okay, say guys, when you do suppose the indentation is goofed up, what do you do? One thing which I did over here is simply hit a tab and do it. Otherwise, in case here, those of you who are using IDE, idle, can come here, options, format. Okay, in this ribbon format, come place your cursor here in front of the print, go to format and type on indent region. So the IDLE indents it for you properly. Unfortunately, those of you who are using Jupyter or Google Colab, you will have to do it manually. Okay. PyCharm, I think it's same tab option is there. PyCharm or VC. Again, those of you who are using Unix, maybe you are using Nano or VIM editor. So it's a tab or a simple push tab, basically space. Roshni, why will you write this in Turbo C++? We are writing in Python. Yeah, Sanjuna, that's because your indentation is proper. I was trying to say that if you remove the indentation, what happens? Now, what I will do, friends, is I will actually remove the dedentation. I will indent this else. Okay, so I hit a tab here. Now let me see what happens. Run. So if I do run module, you see I get an invalid syntax here. So this also is a problem because the syntax of Python is such that after every if statement, an else is expected. So when it didn't find, the interpreter couldn't find a piece of code, subcode with an else statement, it threw an indentation error. So how do I correct it? One way is I hit the backspace or come here, format, and say didn't region. Then your code is corrected. Okay. Please try this out as well quickly. Take a minute or so and try this out. Yes, Vinita, it can be used for Python also, VS Code, absolutely. It's a general purpose IDE. So the last thing you're trying, after that, I have a few questions for you, MCQs. Right. So please understand that this indentation will cause you lot of heartburns. If you're not careful with your indentation and dedentation, you will get lot of errors. Okay. So before you run the code, check for any possible source of indentation or dedentation errors. Okay, now that you're done, we will have a quick session of MCQs. I call them as stimulants. Let me throw you a few questions. All of you, are your LMSs, are you able to access your LMS? Quick question for all of you. India, I will show you lots of debugging, don't worry. Yeah. Okay, good. Anybody who is not able to access your LMS? Shamiksha, have you registered? Without registering, you won't be able to access. Anil, same there. Okay. Okay, please drop a message. Those of you who are not getting verification link, drop a message, do a DM to our Amar, or maybe you can drop a message to EDL at ExcelR, the ID that was given yesterday. Okay, now, if you are able to access the LMS, then open this document core Python part 1 basics data types. Over here, page number 36. Question number 4. I need you to go through this question correctly and tell me which of these would be an invalid identifier. Okay, option B, option C. No, C is correct. A is also correct. D is correct because identifiers can start with underscore. The only one which is actually out of sync with the naming rules is B, which starts with a digit. And that will give you a syntax error. Okay. What about question number 6? You can refer the sorry. You can refer the reserved keyword section again and try to answer question number 6. All keywords in Python are in lowercase. No, not at all. I showed you false and true. They start with a capitalized. Uppercase, no. Capitalized, not everyone is capitalized, like pass and etc. These are all lowercase. So the appropriate answer is D, none of them mentioned. Those of you are saying D, full marks. Okay. Can you try question number 8? Go through the question properly. Tell me which seems to be a wrong statement to you. B, C, D. B, C, D. What about A? Why is A left out? Okay. See, A seems to be correct, right? Because it starts with a alphabet, which is fair. So it can start with an alphabet. About the 1 comma, that's a way of defining digits. So that is okay. B rather has spaces in between. So B can be wrong because no special characters, including spaces, are allowed. So B will fail. What about C? Now see, this is the beauty of Python. In one line, you can define 3. integers. So A comma B comma C equals 1000, 2000, 3000 means you have defined 3 integer objects within one line. So this works. And A underscore B underscore C, again, you can have underscores in between, right? So there's nothing wrong with it. And C option we given. No, see, we haven't actually, this is not the name of the variable of the identifier. The identifiers are A, B, and C. I'm just defining them in one line. Try this out, friends. Try this out. See, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Please try this out. It will work for you. Correct, Sanjana. No, Vinita, I said B is the wrong option because there are spaces in between A, B, and C. When I did A, comma B, comma C, the interpreter understood it as 3 integer objects being defined. 1000, 2000, 3000 corresponding to A, B, C. Try the C one out. All of you, please try out. Right? C is correct. Yes, Nikhil. Right, Nishant? Yes, Aditya. Good. So you see, this is another shortcut that Python has brought in to make life easy for us. Okay. So good. So we are done with the basic rules of grammar. Now that you know the grammar properly, we will move to the data types. We will take up the numerical data type first. First, we will also define what are the types of data types available. So let's do one thing at 7:02 in my clock here. So now I will take a quick 5-minute break, five plus with a tolerance of 2 minutes here and there. I will catch up on a cup of tea. I badly need one. You're free to catch up also. Get moving your stretch out, take a cup of tea or coffee, or go through what I've taught. So we catch up again within say what? So 7:10. Let's catch up. Okay. Sanjay, I think you have not registered. Please check it or just drop in a message to EDL. To the EDL ID, drop in a mail to them. I will also request Amar again to just guide them, those who are not able to access LMS. Thank you, Sania. Thank you so much. Okay. Amar, some of them are complaining that they're not able to access LMS. Would it be possible for you to quickly take a 5-minute filler for them once we are back and
In the
explain to
last
them
5 minutes,
again?
we'll take the LMS recap, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, sure. Thanks a lot, Amar. Okay, then, guys, I'm muting myself for the moment. I will step out and be right back. Thanks a lot. Okay, I am back. Some of you are writing, I'm not audible. I wasn't even speaking. So does it make sense? Now tell me if I'm audible. Hi, Khajan, no problem. Welcome back. Okay, no problem, guys. Yeah. Okay, right. So yeah, those of you who have joined late, not an issue. We just covered the basics of Python, including its grammar, syntax, looked at a few multiple choice questions. These are there for the recordings. You will find them. So go through it. You haven't really missed much. My tea is fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much. Acha. Now let us start with the data types, friends. Now you have defined for me already that what is a data type, right? We are very clear with it. Now, can you tell me, make a smart guess, or tell me from your previous programming experience, what are the types of data types you have used before? Then I will tell you what's new here in Python. Character, int, char, float, right? Double, right? Array, correct? Bool, digit, string, yeah. List, tuple, no, Nikhil, it's not here in C or C++. I said C, C++. Right, Nadeem, good shake. Yes, Sindhu. Very good. String means character, basically, right? So here in Python, here's the data types that we will commonly encounter. We will have numbers, we will have strings, we will have booleans, we will have list, tuples, set, not that frequent, but it's there, and dictionary. Okay. So in numbers, what we will have is primarily numbers have three types of data types again. The integers, floats, and complex. So the long, double, etc., all of it are done away in Python 3. You have integers, floats, and complex. String, again, it's an array of characters. Boolean, this true or false. List, tuples, set, dictionary. These are known as collection data types. Okay. Now I will tell you how this is different from the traditional data types. So these are mixed data types. Imagine this way. You have a laundry list. What is a laundry list? Suppose you go for grocery shopping and you write down the different types of things that you have to buy. The things might be as diverse as your grocery, the spices, or it might be even the room cleaners, room fresheners, or it might be even the staplers. So you see, these are all different grocery types, but they are there as your part of procurement list, purchase list, shopping list, whatever you call them. So a list or tuple or set and dictionary in Python is similarly a collection, ordered or unordered, of various data types, which they may be numbers, as in integers, floats, complex, they may be strings, they may be booleans, they may be lists again. Okay, so more of them later. Now we will come quickly to the first data type, integer, of numbers, wherein we have int, float, and char. So again, remember here, please, the concept is that we will be working with number classes and objects now. Okay. One more concept that I will tell you first before I dive deep into it is the concept of mutability and non-mutability. Can you tell me what does the term in English mutable mean? What does the term mutable mean and what does the term non-mutable mean? Right, changeable, can be modified, diluted. Okay, Sanket, I will give you that. Kamakshi, right? Kamakshi, that can be changed, right? Nikhil. Mutable can't be changed. Okay, good. So numbers are immutable data types. Strings are immutable data types. Lists are mutable data types. Tuples are immutable data types. Sets are mutable, but with some conditions. And dictionaries, again, are immutable data types. Okay. Are we clear? So now what I will do is I will quickly create again a integer data type that I did before, and I will show you whether it's mutable or not. Okay. So please all eyes on my screen, and then I will need you to type out what I'm doing once I'm done and verify it for yourself. Look, friends, these are the basics. These are your foundations. Please don't think that I'm delving too much into the concepts. I need to. Okay, so be patient, follow along now. Now, this is just the basic stage. You need to get these basics very properly, strong, make your foundations very strong. Okay. So here, let me take the A is 10. Now, I redefine it A as 20. I told you that numeric data types, integers, floats, whatever, they are immutable. So ideally, I shouldn't have been able to change this A. Correct? But I was. It worked for me. So was I wrong? What do you think? No, Numa, it doesn't refer to cutoff. Okay, Roshni says 20 redetermines the value. So Roshni, then how is it immutable? How is it immutable? No, Reddy, if it's replacing, that means it's mutable. Think. Good, Nikhil. Nikhil tells me it creates new object. Aditya says stored in other location. Good. Sanket, not updatable. Yes, Mithali, I will repeat it. Yes, right, Yashasvi. It's making another variable. Let's understand it. Good, guys. You have got the nitty-gritties of this concept. Now, what is happening here? I am introducing one more function called ID. This function, when you pass an object to it, it tells you what is the memory location of that object. Now, which memory is it referring to? Tell me quickly. We had a discussion yesterday. Which memory? Which memory location? RAM. Good, Akanksha. Good, Nadeem. Not ROM, Rahul. It's RAM. Right, Kailash. Good, Khaja. Good. Yes, Nikhil. Great. You remember. I'm very happy. So this tells me, now look at this number. This is the memory address of this particular object. Now let me update it to 20.00. Now what is IDA? You see, these are two different IDs. What it means is, let's look at it here. So in the first instance, when I created A with value say 10, this is the A. Okay. Now, when I assigned it to 20, what happened is that this was deleted and another new object created. Let me show by this color, suppose red with value 20 and at a different memory location. So what Python does is that it silently releases of that memory location, clears it off, drops the garbage from there, and creates a new object of floating data of floating class object at a different memory location. Will you remember this, friends? Rupali, that's why it's different. The way Python implements, it's different. Okay. Aditya, why can't it replace the memory? No, it's not. See, Aditya, This is okay. Aditya has a question for me. Hold on once, please. That why can't it replace her? Memory will be saved. That's a good question. Python's memory management is very dynamic. We internally don't know what it does. I will show you scenarios later on wherein it is actually replacing or using that same memory location as an alias. The way Python handles memory under the hood, don't worry about it. Okay, but it has some purpose because of it. What happens? Those of you who have been working with C and you have created, say, linked lists or those stacks, queues, etc., etc. You will remember when you define a pointer, when you create that particular memory location and don't clear it off by using dealloc and all those functions, then you used to get something called as a code dump. I have faced hours debugging such code dumps. Okay, so Python made this memory handling extremely easy so that the programmer doesn't have to worry on anything at all related to memory management. So just don't worry about the memory management part. It takes care of the garbage collection and all those things. So somebody is asking me, PDF मिलेगा? PDF नहीं मिलेगा भाई, आपका LMS में रहेगा, देख लो आप. We have been telling, कल से बोल रहे हैं आपको, LMS register कीजिए, LMS में check कीजिए. Okay, so this now please quickly verify of what I've typed out here and what I have shown you. Please verify it quickly. Okay, Bindya, not to worry. I will tell you again about memory management. हाँ, Rupali, Java में भी garbage collection है. That's correct. But Java garbage collection, if I'm not mistaken, you have the explicit way of garbage collection. LMS, those of you are asking about LMS, already Amar sir has said that towards the end, 5 minutes, he will again explain to you how to access your LMS. So please hold on. Okay, chalo, please try this out quickly. Understand the concept of mutability. Actually, in an interview, you might get a question like this, that a plus equals to 1. How did it happen? Given the fact that a is a number, numeric data type, and it is immutable. So the questionnaire might ask you this. The interviewer might ask you, Aditya, not now. I will come when we go to list, you will understand the mutability concepts. Shafiq, okay, Shafiq has a good question. Friends, in idle, what happens? Idle automatically echoes out the output. So Shafiq is asking me, sir, I do a ID and all, but I don't get an output. I'm using PyCharm, right, Shafiq? For you, you will have to use the print statement. Those of you who are using things like PyCharm, Visual C, you please use the print statement. Idle automatically echoes out the answers to the output stream, and that is why you are able to see it without using a print. Okay. Now, one more thing, friends, what I did here, I can actually delete this object internally by using this function called as del. So it drops, it's like what we say, the destructor method. Those of you who can relate to this in Java or C++, the destructor method. A del is a destructor method. Okay, now there's no object called A, so I can reallocate it again. Okay, next concept. So I told you that traditionally now in Python 3, we have 3 types of numeric data types, int, float, and complex. Here's a quick look at them. Int, see anything signed, unsigned. These are all integer data types. Float again, See, again, the long and all are covered here. These are all under float now. And complex is, as you can relate to this, is it's got a imaginary part and a real part. It's represented by the type A plus Bj, where A is the real part and B is the imaginary part. So, quick assignment for you. Take 2 minutes and generate 3 types of data types. Again, integer, float, and complex. Rahul, complex is basically, it's got a real part and imaginary part. Okay, guys, quick question for you. Rahul is asking me what is the difference between double and complex. Tell me, what does the I part or the J part in a complex number represent? What is it? All of you, it's from your class 9 and 10 mathematics. What is the J or I? What is the imaginary part? Square root of -1. Good, Vashish. Good, good, Aditya. Yes. So root of -1, we can write here like this. Square root of -1. How do I show this? Wish I could write this over here. Can I annotate? Let me see if I can write root of, oh, I don't have, okay, something like this, sqrt minus of 1. This is I, this is the imaginary part. Okay, so this is mainly used in scientific calculations. Now, assignment for you. Tomorrow, and one of you please note it down. I will ask you what is the assignment, the homework. Tomorrow, you need to come back and tell me, where do you commonly use imaginary complex numbers? What are the applications where you commonly use complex numbers? Yeah, please note it. Chetan, see, we won't use much of complex. I will show you how you can define a complex number. Thanks, Rahul. Yeah. J20 is not defined. Aditya, it's 20J. What I am asking you guys, tomorrow you need to come back. Each one of you, you need to tell me an use case where complex numbers are used traditionally. Somebody say geometry, trigonometry. Yes. There are other areas where you can use it. Please come back and tell me 1 or 2 use cases where you use complex numbers. Okay, so that's a homework. Please note it. I will ask you what was the homework. You should be able to tell me tomorrow. Okay. Now somebody asked me how do we use complex numbers? So very simple. Over here, you can define like complex 10, 20. This creates a complex number like this 10 plus 20J. I could have done it in the same way. 20 plus 30J. Okay, so traditionally 3 types of numbers: integer, floating, and complex. Now, when you have numbers, you also have mathematical functions to work with, right? You need to square a number, you need to find the power of a number, you need to round up a floating point number, you need to compare between 3 numbers, min, max, etc. You need probably to find if it's a trigonometric expression, find the sine, cos, tan, etc., etc. One special charm of Python is that it comes with a very rich library called as a math library or math package. Colloquially, we call here as package or modules. More of it later, don't worry. Which comes with a whole host of mathematical functions and mathematical functionalities. Yeah, some of these functions are inbuilt with Python. Some of them are actually a part of the math package. So I will show you what I mean. It might seem to you to be unrelatable, but here is what I'm saying. Say suppose a number is -10. Okay, so it's a negative integer. Now, if I have to say the abs of A, or the absolute value of A, what will be the absolute value of A? Right, good, 10, no, Roshni, absolute value. Good, all of you, 10. No, Vaishu, no, not -10, it is 10. Absolute is the positive value of any number. Okay, so in Python, you get a inbuilt function like this called ABS, which tells you the absolute value of a particular number. So this is an example of a inbuilt function. Now, there are some other functions which come built in with the math package. Now, when we say now I will quickly explain to you what is a package module, although we did this discussion yesterday, right? So what did I tell you about libraries over here in Python? When I say that Python has got a rich collection of libraries, what did I tell you? Let's see how many of you remember. What is a library? Predefined functions, predefined code, collection of class, maybe, may not be. Collection of classes, maybe, may not be. Predefined functions, yes, maybe, may not be again. So basically, any functionality that you need to use to develop your own code and which somebody has already done it before for you, so that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So it's basically somebody else's piece of code that you can import or extract and use for your own particular purposes. Aishwarya, it may be inbuilt. You might have to install it using pip. To give you an example, suppose here, this is my main code area. Do you see this white screen here? Yes. Right. Suppose this is my coding here. Now, these rectangles, these shapes, etc. If this general is basically, I can think of it as a library, which somebody has written all these shapes, and I need to actually create a rectangular shape. I can bring it here. I'm importing here. I'm coloring it, and I'm making some data type out of it. Say V equals to 10 plus 20G. So this, in very simply put, this is the concept of a module or a package. A package is basically a collection of modules. For now, we will use the term module. Yeah, not even libraries. We will use the term module. Somebody was asking me some time back that do we use the header files? Now, here's the answer to your question, my friend. So, to use a particular module in your code, you need to use the keyword called import. So I will use import math. So maths dot, if I do, you see a tab opens up like this. Suggestions. What do you want? Suppose I want say square root. So I want to calculate the square root of A. Math domain error. So it's what about square root of 10, suppose? Why did I get this math domain error? Any idea? Can you tell me what happened? Let me see how many of you remember your class 9, 10 mathematics. Why did I get that error? Negative value square root, what does it come out? It is an imaginary number, right? Basically, it is root of -1 into 10. Square root of -1. Yeah, correct, Vasavi. So for Python, it became undefined. It cannot handle imaginary numbers just like that. Okay. So see, now what I want to tell you, concentrate on this math module here. So I found out the square root. Similarly, I can find out quite a few things, say pow, I use pow. Okay. So it expected two arguments. So pow is power of 10 to the power, let's say 3. Somebody was asking me yesterday how to find the cube. Now here's your answer. If you're still there and listening, maths.pow 10, 3. So this is the cube of 10. Similarly, there are a lot of other functions which you can check out. I will take a few here. One is called floor, one is seal, one is round. Okay. Then there are many others like fab, f absolute, logarithmic functions, sine, cos, theta, etc. A lot of there are there. You can explore all of these on your own. For our own purposes, these three things we will use very frequently for number manipulation. It is known as seal. What is seal, my friends? What does the function seal do? Any guess? What does the function seal do? Right, Harsh. It rounds to the upper value. Very good. It prints greater number. Good, Siddesh. Sealing number. Yes, Aniket. Round it up to the next higher integers in here. Okay. So suppose my number is 10.5678. So the output will be 11. What if I do floor? Similarly, it rounds down to the next lower value, the whole value. Remember, rounds down to the next lower whole value, which is 10. Okay. Similarly, to math dot, say round. Okay, so round is again an inbuilt function. Round is an inbuilt function. By the way, let's see what does this round do? 10.9998, comma 2. Can you tell me what is this doing? What does this 10.9998, comma 2, what will it do for me? Round to 2 decimal digits. So 11.0, correct. So it added a +1 here and rounded up to 11. Okay, these we will use commonly. I will show you one example here from a piece of code I have written. Let me try to show you. So here I'm working with some sensor data. And what I'm doing, I might get the data in a very long format because many of these are sensor data and all. So, or I'm taking from some JSON. So I'm saying for the sake of brevity, I'm saying that I'm going to consider only 2 decimal digits and I'm comparing against a certain value. So you see here, round so and so is so and so. Okay, so that's an example. You will be very commonly using this round to work with mathematical interpretations. Yes. Okay. Got it? Are you comfortable till this point? So we saw the basic functions that are available as built-in for mathematics. We also had a look into the math module and understood how we can work with it. Shortly, we will come to the concept of operators and typecasting. We will also have a look at the operator precedence and associativity before we round up the math numeric data types. Okay, any questions? Good question, Sabina. We will come to that method and functions difference. Functions basically we call when something is not a part of a class. Thanks, Srilata. Round once more, Aditya. Yeah, I will. Let me take others' questions. Sabina, round is a built-in function. That is why we don't have as a part of math. Memory management, Harshit, I haven't actually taught you anything. I have just shown you an example of how Python clears off a Garbage. Why you wrote 2 in those brackets? That means, Sania, I am actually rounding to 2 decimal digits. Panchakshari recorded classes, please hold on. Amar will tell you at the end about LMS and recordings. Good question, Nagmani. Why do we use math before seal and floor? I will tell you. 1 second. Let me see all other questions. How to get a value with 2 or 1 decimal. Rajesh, just try it out. I have given you an example of 2 decimal digits. Please try it out with 1. Sabina, module again, it's a piece of code basically. Somebody has written. It will contain functions, classes, etc., etc. Yes, Zenia, you can make your own library. Shortly, we will see how you can create your own modules and import them. Absolutely. Which Jahnavi, where it's function in math library. Yeah, these are functions. You can think of them as methods also. Manjunatha, I have been trying to tell you, I don't know if you have missed today's last day's class. All these slides are there as part of your LMS. We'll get to see them. Ayush, what is not working here in complex 10,20? I'm not very sure. What is not working? You need to type out the entire thing for me. Paste your error message in the DM. I will try to have a look. Okay, quickly, for those who are asking about the round. See, round basically, if you know what it is, it rounds to a certain number of digits. Suppose here's my floating point number 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I want to get only up till 2 decimal digits, I say that round it up to 2 decimal digits. So what it does is this 3, 4, 5, 6, it adds up 1 here. Okay. And brings it up to 11.35. Okay. Similarly, you can do more. I could have seen it up till 1 decimal digit. And it would have taken 3 and discarded the rest. This is what round does. If you want to go in even more details, please search out on your own. Nowadays, ChatGPT is there, extremely friendly. It will tell you in even more details how round works. Rounding of negative numbers, rounding of positive numbers, you can check out. For lack of time, I'm not going into all those depths. Okay. Now, those of you who asked me why did we use maths dot, this means from the math module, please use the seal method or floor method or seal function, floor function. For the moment, understand that method and function are one and the same. Are you clear? You have to import it, Ayush. You have to import it. First import math. Shiva, check it out on your own, please. Round with negative numbers. Time is scarce. If I have to do all those things, I won't be able to finish your course. Samuel, Python is purely object-oriented programming. So it goes even beyond what Java does. Okay, Aniket, not sure why you are getting an error. I will check this out for you. Java we use package. Yeah, Nikhil, in Python also we use package. As I said, for the moment, just go with the term module. See, these are all interrelated terms. Okay. Yeah, right, Nabil, correct. Oh, Nagamani, you are asking me what is object-oriented programming. I explained all this. Go through today's recording, Nagamani. Okay, you will understand. No, Srilata, this is core Python here, not ML projects. Other modules, we will discuss a few of them, Sanjana. We'll discuss things like OS, sys, bit of data maybe. Libraries, yes, absolutely, Sanjay. Math, if you use import M capital ATH, it is not correct. Who's this? Please reply, bro. Who's this telling me, bro? to reply. Bindya, you are in the middle of a Python class. Why are you worried with IoT sessions? Why don't you please focus? Yeah, Sabina, I will come to it. Expressive. I will come to it, okay? Please focus on the topic at hand. No IoT session discussions now, right now. Swaroop, I have been telling you LMS was the end. I'm not sure, are you following me or not? Rupali, if you're using an online Python compiler, you need to print. Okay, give the print command, print function, use the print function. Right, Ayush? I see that you have got the gist of it now. Good. Okay. So we have 15 more minutes at hand. So what I will do is I will take 5 more minutes and then I will introduce you to the concept of operators. And after that, I will stop the teaching session today and then hand it over to Amar sir to explain to you about the LMS once more. Okay. And I think some of you had asked me some question, which I said towards the end, I will tell you, please remind me. Okay. So now, what's an operator? Friends, when I say A equals to 10, what am I doing? What is this colloquially called as? Or if I write F equals to AX plus B, what is this? Y equals to AX plus B. What is this? Equation. Good. So it's an expression, right? It's an expression. Good. And by the way, what expression is this? Let me see how many of you remember. Come on. What expression is this? Y equals to AX plus B. Linear expression. Good. Equation of a line. Fantastic. Good. Very good. Line equation. Good. Right. So here, what are the operators that are present in this expression? Tell me. Y equals to AX plus B. What are the operators that you can see here? Plus and equals to arithmetic and assignment. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So now, quick sneak peek. What are the operators that you will come across commonly in Python? They are arithmetic operators, which includes plus, minus, star, which is multiplication, division, modulo division, exponentiation, and float division. You will get comparison operators, which are greater than, lesser than, greater than, equals to, lesser than, equal to, is equal to, not equal to. You will get logical operators and or not. You will get assignment operators. Equal to, plus equals to, minus equals to, divide equal to, star equal to. You will get bitwise operators and or, XOR, right shift, unary right shift, unary left shift. And you will get membership operators in, not in, is not. So these many operators are there. So now a quick assignment for you. Tomorrow's class will come prepared with a concept of the bitwise operators. What are they? I am leaving this bitwise operators for you because we won't cover them in detail. It's not relevant for you right now. I won't take time going through these, but the rest all are related to the work that we'll do here, the small projects, the mock projects, the interviews. So you will come ready studying the bitwise operators. Okay. So those of you who are asking for assignments, can you please tell me? I have given you 2 assignments. Tell me what are they? Type out please for me. What are the assignments I've given you? Good, Tushar, application of complex variable. And what else? Yes. And bitwise operators. Good. Good. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to ask one of you randomly. Tell me what homework did I give you? And I will validate it with the rest of the class. So guys, be on your toes, please. Okay? Okay. Chalo, I will stop the session here today. Swaroop, you need to get 60% attendance to get certificate. Vinita, just remind me tomorrow. Acha, what was this question somebody asked me at the beginning? Somebody asked me. Okay, Priya, no worries. Go through the recordings, please, even if it's your first class. I told towards the end of the class. What was it? Can you remind me, please? No, not expressive language, Sabina. Rupali, you should print out this, print round of this in your online filer as I'm doing here. Quickly show you. Here, I'm asking you to use a print. Okay, this is what I've been asking you to. I hope you get the point. Lakshmi Nivas, it's not 15 days, first of all, it's 15 hours. I'm not completing Python. I'm just introducing you to Python, the core and advanced concepts. Okay. Aniket, what is your question? A equals to 10, B equals to 10.1. Let me see what Aniket says. A equals to 10, B equals to 10.1, and C equals to, let me say this, A plus Bj. Team error, Bj is not defined. Yes. So it is not able to recognize it. So Aniket, here what you should do is try this out. Use complex and see if it works. There is some syntactical errors that it gets. So in this case, you will be able to get the answer correctly. Okay. Yeah, Aishwarya, it's okay. After typing, we're getting the NP is not defined. That's because NP, I think, is NumPy. You have to import NumPy. YouTube video link, LMS. Ishika, it's not YouTube, it's LMS. Wait, he will tell you. How many days do we have Python classes? 15 hours, 2 hours a week, 2 hours a day. Just calculate it. Around 7 days. Yes, Siddesh, we will come to it tomorrow. Yeah, Chetan, we will go through map also. Okay. Amar, over to you for the LMS and
Thank you
the
so much.
video link for them. Guys, please listen carefully. Many of you have been asking this question again and again. Where is LMS? Where is video link? Understand, some of you might be joining for the first time, but please listen carefully, make a note. Okay, over to you, Amar.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So first thing is that, guys, I already shared the attendance thing in the chat box. So please mark your attendance and share your valuable feedback as well. I hope my voice is loud and clear to you. I need a quick response. Yes, good. So I'm sharing my screen. Guys, before knowing about the LMS, registration is the most important thing, because once you're done with the registration, then and then only you are able to get the LMS access. So I hope all of you are already done with the registration, but if you don't have a registration link, so I'm sharing that link once again in the chat box. So Zoom and YouTube participant, so please go and register. Okay, before starting with the KT, I would like to know what is the problem you're facing. Then I will focus on that. Doctor, yes, Zashirani, I just shared that registration link. So go and use that. It's working properly. Guys, I need a problem. What problem you are facing in the LMS? How to access a material on LMS? Or just entering the details where I will get attendance. Yes, where to access LMR? It's not LMR, it's LMS. So I will start with the KT. LMS is nothing but learning management system, and it's ExcelR online portal to access the recordings, then to join the session, to access the material and assignment, and give the attendance as well. Okay, so after completion of your registration, you received two emails from the ExcelR. So please carefully check your email properly in spam box, in spam folder, in promotion, in inbox. Search with ExcelR. You will find two emails. If you're new user at ExcelR, and if you have already done any program from the ExcelR, then you will receive one email only. Okay. So first email is verification email. In that verification email, we are sharing one link of URL onlinelearning.excelr.com, and here you need to set your password. So here you're able to see that's one link mentioned. Okay, to continue learning, please click here to verify your email address and or set your password. So simply click on that link. It will revert to your page. You need to set a password. Whatever password you want, you can set. Okay, after some time, after a few days, you forget that, we have option to forget password, so don't worry about that. But first of all, you need to set your password. After setting the password, open the second email. It's course invitation email. So this is the old one, but you will receive like, or you already received like, welcome to the Python and IoT training program. Okay, so here we are mentioning one URL, onlinelearning.excelr.com. Then click on that URL, then it will be revert to the sign in page. So here you are able to see the dashboard look like this. So here are 2-3 options are there: sign in, store, and register. So you only need to go in a sign in, no need to go in a store or register, because you already done with the registration. Okay, so after clicking on the sign in, so you need to fill your email ID as a username and password, which is already set in the first email. Okay, I hope till it's clear. Go slow. Okay, Shiva, no problem. Guys, don't worry about the certificate. I will explain that as well. Please be there. Clear, guys, till here? Quick responses, guys. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so after filling the username and password, which you just said recently, so just simply click on login. And now I will show you direct live dashboard, how it's used to work. So just give me 1 minute. I'm resharing my screen. I hope you all of you are able to see my screen. The dashboard home tab. Yes, good. It's visible. Yes. Okay. So after signing in, so you are able to see home, my library, store, calendar, news center, all options are here. So first of all, I will show you where to join the session every day. So first way, you are able to join via Zoom, and after the capacity is got over of 1000, we have second option to join via YouTube. So just scroll down in today's session tab. Here is one tab, today's session. You are able to see Python and IoT EDL day 2. So simply you need to click on join button. It will directly revert to the Zoom. That's the simplest way to join the session using Zoom. If you're facing any difficulty to join via Zoom, just scroll upside, and here is the one YouTube tab. Okay, so here we mentioned that note, if you are unable to join Zoom meeting, please utilize the YouTube link instead. So simply click on this banner. It will directly revert to YouTube. That's it. That's the simplest way to join the session. There are two ways. One is Zoom, second one is YouTube. And now I will show you how to access recordings, how to give the attendance using LMS, material, and assignments. Okay. So there are lots of classroom. Don't worry about that. Just focus on your classroom. And the classroom name is Python and IoT August 2023. Here it is. So you are able to see this classroom. I'm just focusing. So here one blue ad is there. Simply click on that. Now there are two tabs, curriculum and meet. So in curriculum, the first tab, subsection, there are 4 subsections. In first section, you need to give your attendance. Okay, simply click here. Now one page will be open. It's a Google form. You need to mark your attendance on a daily basis because 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. And one most important thing, use only one email ID which you used at the time of registration. Then you will receive your certificate on the same mail. So here are few details you need to mention: email, occupation, your full name, mobile number, then college name, stream, branch, location, your valuable feedback. This is most important field. By checking your feedback, please on every daily basis, give your feedback and rating as well, and just submit the form. This is the way to give the attendance on a daily basis. Guys, 60% attendance is mandatory. Please make sure that. Now, just back to one step. In curriculum only, there is a second tab, session recording. Okay.
Amar, sorry to interrupt. Few of you are messaging me for these questions. Please send in these questions to Amar sir. Okay. Not to
Yeah,
me.
guys, I will take your question in last 2-3 minutes. Don't worry. So just focus on KT now. Yeah, Deepsa, you can drop, not an issue.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Bye,
So
everybody. Have a great day.
yeah. So coming to the sessions recordings, so you have access of this recording for lifetime. Anytime you can access this recording. So we are done with the day 1 and today is the day 2. If you click on day 1, you are able to see a day 1 recording here. Simply click on play button. The video will start. Okay, wow. That's the simplest way. And these videos, that all videos and all the things, all material assignment will be with you for lifetime. And same thing, just step back by one. And here is a material tab and assignment tab. Actually, I think my team has already uploaded the material. It's not reflecting. I will check on the same and we'll upload the assignment as well after finishing of the 15 days program. That's the simplest way to access the recording, attendance, material and assignments. Now I'm open to take your query and question. Quick, please drop your query and question in the chat box, Zoom and YouTube as well. Okay. Sir, is it okay if I join lecture through the Zoom link that was sent in the WhatsApp group? Yes, I am, not an issue. I cannot access the material or the assignment, sir. So material we uploaded, but it's not reflecting. We'll check on the same. And coming to the assignment, guys. So we'll upload the assignment after completion of the program. So the assignment is just for practice purpose. No need to submit that assignment. Okay. Can I leave if not needed? Yes, Atidya. If you don't have any query or question, we're done with the day. You can leave the session. Yeah, Aditya, you can. Sir, I filled attendance form yesterday also. It's showing 0%. So guys, don't worry about the percentage, whatever the showing in the LMS. You just need to focus on that Google form. Okay. I am unable to get program notification on WhatsApp. So Arti, we are not sharing any notification via WhatsApp because you already have LMS access, right? So all the things are there. What about the slides used by Diptarka sir? Will they are available for? Yes. Yes. Manjunatha, that slide will be there in the LMS for sure. How to mark my attendance? I just shown that, guys. Yes, submission is not important. Yeah, Aditya, bye. Thank you, sir. Good night. Yeah, guys, good night. I don't have WhatsApp group because there is no any WhatsApp group. We need to give attendance even here, or it's enough to full form you give. Yeah, guys. So coming to that form. So form which we used to share on Zoom, YouTube, and the LMS. It's same only. You can give via using any one platform, not an issue. But please try to mark it only once. Okay. Yes, it's same only. Dear YouTube participant, what's your question? Assignment वगैरह LMS पे आएगा? Yes, Payal, for sure. How many days are you conducting these classes? The duration is of that classes is 30 hours, 15 days. 15 hours for Python and 15 hours for IoT. Notes B. Yes, Prathamesh. We'll share the notes as well. Sir, I am from another college. You can fill the form. Yes, you can fill. No need to worry. Sir, LMS is nothing but ExcelR website. Yes, you are right. Will you provide any certificates? Okay. So good question. All of you are waiting for that answer. So I would like to know those who are attending or those who are going to attend more than 60% of the session, they will receive their certificate via registered email ID after completion of the program. Sir, my friend is not getting LSM. LSM, it's not LSM, it's LMS, Learning Management System. Guys, still, I explained LMS KT for 2 times. Still, you're facing any difficulty, any problem, no need to worry. In such scenario, just drop an email to edl@excelr.com. My team will connect with you and definitely they will help. For sure. Okay? I'm sharing that email ID as well in the chat box. Thank you, sir. Sir, how our percentage will increase? You need to mark your attendance on daily basis. Then your percentage will definitely increase. What to do for physical certificate? Guys, who's calling me? 1 minute. Sorry. I'm not getting any mail for my mail ID, sir. Then Harshavardhan, drop an email to us. Sir, after completion of Python, can we get Python certificate or after completion the whole program? Yeah, good question. So after completion of the whole program, you will get the certificates and the certificates will like participant certificate for successfully completion Python and IoT training program. Screen is not clear. I'm not sharing screen. Prathamesh, so you're asking about Deep's screen? Thank you, sir. You're welcome. How can we see our attendance percent? Guys, you need to take care of that only. You know that. How many sessions you are attending and how many attendance you are giving on a daily basis, huh? Class timing, sir. Class timing is same only, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Okay, guys, you're asking me for attendance. Let me share the attendance link once again with you. I hope all of you are enjoying the session. If yes, YouTube people, I want like, and Zoom people, I want quick yes. If any query, any suggestion? Yes, we're enjoying great session. Thank you. Thank you. Good, good. Sir, after the attendance mark, do we get email for that? No, Pawan, we're not sharing any email confirmation because you are only get to know that like your attendance is submitted successfully. Thank you, sir. It was a nice session. You're welcome, Aditya. Sir, yesterday I filled feedback form. Is both feedback and attendance for our same? Yes. Sir, can you give the physical certificate after whole program? So it's not possible because all of our participants from Pan India. Okay. So we are going to share the soft copy via email. Rahul saying, yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. You're welcome, Rahul. Can you tell once again where can see the recordings? I am extremely sorry, but I'm not able to explain once again. So in such case, please go through today's or else day one recording. Or else drop an email to EDL. Who is there? I'm unable to get the confirmation email. Pawan, drop an email to EDL team. Sir, one more question. Can I join your other courses at website? Yes, you can. Sir, I'm not getting any confirmation to my mail ID. I checked all the spam mails also. Okay, so in such case, drop an email to EDL team. They will check on the same. Okay. I heard your classes from my college staff. Okay, thank you. After how many days completing course, we will receive certificate? 7 to 8 days. Please respond. What's your question? I'm not getting your question. Can you please share it once again? Sir, we got one mail. We didn't get verification email because you register for second time with the ExcelR. That's why. AKK King, sir, can I leave? Yes, you can. You don't have any query, you can leave. We'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Sir, I have attended 2 day session and done with the form filling. Even after doing same, it's showing 0%. So guys, don't worry about Aishwarya. Don't worry about that LMS percentage. Okay, you know you are filling the form, so don't worry about that. Tejas saying thank you for valuable session, sir. You're welcome, Tejas. Which subject you are teaching, sir? Yeah, advanced X, sir. Where to see my attendance? You only know that. Thank you, sir, for interactive sessions. You're welcome, Payal. Bye, sir. Yeah, Akshat, bye. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Sir, I have already registered the course, but I'm unable to access the LMS and I'm unable to access the today's question. So drop an email. Share your problem with the EDL team. Definitely they will check on the same. Sir, at my attendance mark, I got green tick. Is that mark attendance? No, you need to fill that form. Thank you, sir. Bye. I already did fill the form. Okay, Arshita, no problem then. Amazing session. Thank you. Sir, I'm not getting any confirmation mail to my mail ID. Sarita, drop an email. Pawan, don't worry about that percentage. Fill that Google form. Swarup Kumar Reddy, can you show some blueprint of the certificate? So drop an email. Definitely will share that. Yes, guys, you can leave. Yeah, we're done with the day. So if you have any query question, we'll take it up on tomorrow's session. Okay. So for today, we'll wind up the session. Thank you so much. Bye, sir. Good night. Take care and amazing. Thank you so much.